Do you ever wonder why you think you have gotten past a certain wound and then bam, here it comes round again? And you're like, oh my gosh, I thought I was over this. That makes sense because healing is not linear. Healing is in a spiral. Sometimes we go, oh, I hit a wound, and then I thought I got past that. And then, wow, here I am back again at it. It can be really frustrating. It's also like peeling an onion, layers. We got rid of this layer, and now there's another layer, and then more layers of the same wound and the same conflicts, and it can be really exhausting. And I want to say that right now we have gone into Chiron retrograde in astrology. And even if you don't really believe in astrology, it is okay. You can still listen to this video because you have a Chiron in your chart. You have a place in your chart where there is a wound. Chiron is the wounded healer. For me personally, Chiron is in my first house. So it started out with having, I had buck teeth, I had really big gums, I got bullied extensively as a child around the way that I looked. And my Chiron is right on my ascendant, is all about how we present ourselves. So the amount of layers that I'm going to have to keep cycling around in terms of the wound around myself is vast. It started out with the looks and then all the way through so many different phases of learning to love myself and accept myself. And also because Chiron is the wounded healer, then I'm so able to help others because I've had to work through those personal insecurities. I can then help others with that. And I do it all the time in my work. I help people to love and accept their inner wound and their inner wounded child and to learn to be with their inner child. So Chiron retrograde has just started, and we're going to be in Chiron retrograde the next few months. That means that the wound, we're all going to be coming back into how our wound shows up in the world. So if you feel like, wow, I thought I was over this particular wound and now suddenly it's showing up again out of nowhere, don't be surprised. And you might take the time to look at some memories that you have around your wound. What are some early childhood memories that come up around whatever you're going through right now? One of the best things that we can do is when we have a memory from childhood that was challenging, that relates to something that we're going through now, or to put it another way, when we're going through something now, it can feel be really healing to allow a memory to come up and then that memory is all about the wound we're currently working through, and then we sit with ourselves, we reparent ourselves, we imprint a new, more loving, kind reality into that memory. So again, if you're feeling like a little tired right now and it's just like you feel stuck, and it's stuck in a way that you've been feeling your whole entire life, do not be surprised. Just remember that the answer is to come back to connection with the universe, to remember that you are the universe. You are that infinite loving space that can hold all parts of yourself, including this wound. So when you really come into remembrance of yourself as the space that is big enough, loving enough, and totally relaxed enough to get you through any challenge in your life, including these old wounds that might be coming up. If you are feeling uncertain, unclear, and there's just this big lack of connection with your intuition, just know that the answer is to come back to the universe, come back to your higher self, and just feel that part of yourself that is feeling wounded, uncertain, unclear, and just sit there and be with any part of yourself that is in fear. And especially if there are memories coming up or there are strong feelings, the more that you can just sit with it and feel and love yourself, the more that you're going to just come back to love, and things are going to start flowing for you. Things are going to start really making sense if you use this Chiron retrograde to love yourself, to feel your wounds. This is not a time for bypassing your deepest wounds. This is not a time for me to bypass any insecurities that I come up against, for example, when I'm making these videos, because I'm in the first house. So this is about me putting myself out into the world, and anything that arises on this journey, because I'm on a 30-day journey to post every single day, anything that is arising, I get to just show up and be with it. I get to love myself through it. If you don't know where your Chiron is, you can look it up on astro.com. You can also book a session with me, and I can help you understand your Chiron and how it affects your entire chart in terms of what you are going through right now. Because one thing I can assure you is that whatever big challenge you're going through right now, there is an astrological explanation, and there is a lesson that you are here to learn, and there is an outcome that is going to make your life more magical, more magnetic, and more aligned with your soul. But you cannot bypass this wound, especially as we are going into Chiron retrograde. Chiron is going in a retrograde is when a planet goes backwards. Whenever the planet goes backwards, it's like in Mercury, you probably heard of Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is communication, technology, the mind, and when it goes back, we have to deal with something in there. Well, this is Chiron retrograde. This is your wounded healer, and there's something in there that you are going to be asked to heal. And if you do this inner work, if you do the somatic work of being with yourself, loving yourself, I assure you, on the other side, when Chiron goes direct in January, you're going to feel a massive shift. So I love you all so much. And I am here as the wounded healer. We all have a wounded healer within us. We are all part of bringing our wounds into our gifts, because that's how the wounded healer functions. It's the place where we are wounded, and then we can help the world through the wound, not by bypassing our wounds, but by sitting with them, loving ourselves, reparenting our inner child, those parts of us that need that love. And on the other side, it's going to be flowing, and you are going to feel way more aligned with yourself and out of this kind of wound next year. So don't bypass the wound. The wound is the doorway. The wound is the way forward into your most magical, most aligned, most magnetic life, love, intimacy, and all the goodies that you are here for. Mwah.